Hi and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for watching my show. I really appreciate you. If you're new to my channel, you're probably not catching it the day that it's cast, but rest assured that as you find me in the future, hopefully I'm still in such a good state of affairs as it concerns both my self development and, ironically, professional development. I'm not sure what life has planned for me, but I know that I just every day am happy to have the opportunities that I'm provided. So, good looking out, universe. It's a real cool privilege to do what I do, which is as close to nothing as I possibly can, but it's just always stretched. And as I always quote Marlon Brando, they keep pushing me or they keep pulling me back in. Anyways, I've done that joke more than a handful of times. It's bad. But statistically speaking, the amount of times I've done that joke within like 650 videos is pretty good. It's pretty low. I'd say that it's really low. So take that, statistics. Take the karate kick. Anyways, I hope that you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. I myself will be out of the pan and into the fryer and just here in a little while. So I'm doing all of what I can to slow down time. If I were Clark Kent and I had the ability to slow time, I'd be a working man, no problem. Have a normal job, go 9 to 5. But trust me, at 8:30 a.m. every day, I'd make that last half hour feel like 2 weeks, which is something I try to do, but I'm definitely not Clark Kent. I don't have magical powers. I can't slow down time. So instead, I gotta do what I only know how to do, which I said in the first video. And that's procrastinate like, yo, life depends on it. And I just, okay, it'll get done. It'll get done at the very last second, but it'll get done. So let's all chill out. There's lots of things that I'm prepared for. I like staging my cooks. I like making sure there's food ready and in a place where I can get it so that I'm not fumbling through stuff. There's lots of things. That's what I mean, stage cook. It's like a cooking term, what they teach you from like a chef, where you get all your stuff out before you cook, and then you cook. And then that way there's less mess and less stress. Yes, I was gonna try and think of something else that rhymed with that, but man, I feel like so many phrases just pop on out of the good old Boca here that I can't wait till there comes a day in my life where I have some money, I can hire somebody, we can make these cool videos, and Albert, just stop talking about it and make it happen. That's what I say. So I'm gonna do that. But what I want to talk about is why it's weird that tech billionaires want to build their own cities. So more appropriately, link in the description below. A lot of these guys are using terms like network state movement and freedom cities. So just to be clear here, I think our stance moving forward, and it's not going to change, just because as much as I believe in good old capitalism. I'm a social capitalist, by the way. 80-20 at best. 80% socialist, 20% capitalist. If our own government isn't willing and or isn't willing to take care of its people, there's no way some other rando with any amount of money is ever going to want to take care of the people that reside within that community. And I think that is moreover the kind of overlap feeling that I have that'll never change, because I see it every day. Until there's a government that provides its people with everything that it needs and a little bit more, that little bit more just being something called opportunity, right? So providing a foundation and then being a little generous and providing a little opportunity. I think that's the best absolute reality for any of us to have experienced here on this particular planet at any time. And it's something the United States is pretty close to, but nonetheless, I'm not living under the law and rule of Apple. That's not going down for me. Apple's got a lot of rules. I think they have more rules than what it's just like to be a normal functioning, working, tax paying citizen. You reap so many more benefits from doing those things than you do taking all of your money and moving somewhere random so that someone like Bill Gates can tell you what you can and can't do. This is such a nightmare. Are you joking? This is like bet this is arguably one of the worst ideas ever. You think HOAs are bad? Can you imagine living in a pre-planned city with some overruling dude or woman or anybody just with all encompassing power and no ability to be held accountable for their actions? I mean, they could just stay billionaires. That's kind of what they do anyway. But to bring people in that are willing to go down with the ship, I just feel like there's something wrong with that. I feel like that's a weird thing. I feel like we should probably be not just deciding to not get on that very boat, but we should also be telling homeboy that's on the boat, that wants to make it happen, that built the boat and wants to go, that he should not do that. That's a bad idea. What he has and what he or she has and or what he or she desires is all around us. Why do we need to make our own private cities when there are already cities? I don't understand what is happening. It's really something that blows my mind. They offer the opportunity to live better. What does this mean? They have to follow the same rules. It's not like these cities are sovereign nations. I just don't understand the thinking behind people and their loopholes to try and circumvent Uncle Sam's ever overbearing authority on most of the known world. It's not possible. And I think this way because what do these people think? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Texas has been trying to secede from this country since Texas became Texas. There's been, I don't know, and they're Texas. And they're not ever going anywhere. They're part of America, you bet. And I feel like Texans feel like this too. And I also feel like on the surface they also got to be a certain kind of a way because everything's bigger in Texas and I got love for Texas. I really do. I don't got love for a lot of the new people that moved down there to circumvent laws so they could pay people less and treat people worse. But I'm not celebrating the downfall of corporate culture by saying that Austin is one of now the worst places that one could ever possibly be, not because of the people that have been living there forever and that made Austin a really cool place, but because of the same techs that went into Silicon Valley, destroyed that place, went on to San Francisco, made sure they were absolutely in disrepair before they left, and now they're chilling mostly in Tucson, or not, I was going to say Tucson, but that would be a compliment to Tucson in Austin. There's many new residents there, right? Elon Musk, Tesla, bunch of other startup companies. I mean, what is this term startup company? Will somebody out there give me $10 million so I can start a company? That's kind of what I mean by that. I don't know. We won't really ever do anything. We'll just use the $10 million to buy a bunch of cool stuff, have some really inflated salaries, get an office building, wait for that money to dry out, and then we're no more. So we went from a startup business to a closed business pretty quickly, but I guess the term startup business can be thrown around relatively loosely. Can you imagine this? It's like it's a bunch of temp jobs with a bunch of fancy temp receptionists. That's what it is. It's not even guaranteed employment. I'm not really sure what goes on. So I'm going to stop talking about because it becomes really weird when you understand that there are tech billionaires out there who seriously think they can buy a bunch of land and start their own cities. It's quite remarkable to me. I mean, it's ostentatious at best. These guys are reaching real high, and I can applaud their efforts, but the better part of me and the bigger part of me reminds myself that those same people could definitely utilize those same resources to make improvements to the cities that already exist and the infrastructure that already exists, the roads, the buildings, the people, the medical facilities, the places to eat, the city. That's what it's called. Bring your money to the city. Why you got to come into the city, take the money and leave? That doesn't sound very nice. Sounds like you guys want to start a bunch of cults. And if that's the case, well, I mean, sure, we'll sell you some land. Sure, you can build some log cabins. Do whatever you want to do. Bathe in the mountain springs. But make sure you pay your taxes. You're a registered property tax owner. And, I mean, and you don't drink Kool-Aid. If anyone ever offers you any Kool-Aid on any weird place that can be defined as a cult, please politely decline. I hope that, unless it's from the Kool-Aid Man. No, I'm just joking. Even if it's from the Kool-Aid Man, you don't know if it's really the Kool-Aid Man, do you? So I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thanks for watching my show. Bye.